I don't believe in progress anymore. The word has become a hollow echo in my mind, a fragile illusion that crumbles the moment you try to hold on to it. We tell ourselves stories about progress, like they're lifelines, stories about humanity climbing upward, evolving, improving, escaping the chaos of the past. But when I look around, I see a different picture, one of repetition, decay, and relentless consumption masked as growth. The promises of a better tomorrow are paper-thin facades, barely holding together a world that's quietly unraveling at the seams. Our cities grow taller, our gadgets smarter, our screens brighter, yet the human connection thins out like a fading pulse. We say we're moving forward, but sometimes it feels like we're just spinning in place, dizzy and disoriented as the ground beneath us shifts and fractures. The illusion of progress is woven into everything we do. It whispers to us in the bright glow of advertisements, in the endless stream of news stories celebrating new breakthroughs, in the push for innovation and expansion. But beneath that shiny surface, I see exhaustion. The exhaustion of a planet, overworked and abused. The exhaustion of people worn thin by meaningless jobs and shallow interactions. The exhaustion of societies that celebrate speed over depth, consumption over care. We measure success in numbers, GDP, market shares, social media followers, but those numbers mean nothing when the air we breathe is toxic, when the oceans swell with garbage, when children go hungry despite the abundance around them. Progress, in this light, looks less like improvement and more like a slow-motion collapse, dressed in neon lights and viral hashtags. I remember the stories we were told growing up, the tales of pioneers and inventors, of brave explorers who pushed the boundaries of the known world, the victories of science and reason over superstition and ignorance. Those stories felt like beacons, guiding us towards something better. But now, I wonder if those stories blinded us. Maybe progress was never about getting better, but about getting bigger, faster, louder, a race with no finish line. The factories that once promised jobs and prosperity have been replaced by machines and algorithms that strip people of purpose and dignity. The communities that once formed the backbone of our lives dissolve into networks of strangers connected by screens but disconnected in spirit. We have everything we thought we wanted, yet so much of it feels like a hollow victory. We chase novelty as a way to escape the gnawing emptiness inside. But the emptiness remains. The economic systems that drive this so-called progress are brutal and indifferent. They reward accumulation and exploitation, often at the expense of the vulnerable and the environment. The rich amass wealth and power, while the rest struggle to survive in precarious conditions. The gap between the haves and have-nots widens with every passing year, and the social fabric frays under the weight of inequality. Political systems are riddled with corruption and dysfunction, promising change but delivering more of the same. The wars that define our age are not just battles over territory or ideology, but symptoms of deeper fractures in humanity's collective soul. We watch these tragedies unfold on screens, distanced and desensitized, while the real pain bleeds out in forgotten corners of the world. The environment tells its own story of progress, a tale of destruction and loss. Forests vanish under the chainsaws, oceans choke on plastic, species disappear before we even know they existed. Climate change accelerates, fueled by unchecked greed and short-sightedness. We celebrate technological marvels, yet ignore the damage they inflict on the delicate systems that sustain life. The earth, once abundant and forgiving, now bears the scars of our ambition and neglect. Progress, in this context, feels like a betrayal, a promise to improve that becomes a sentence to decay. I often wonder how much longer this illusion can hold, how long we can keep sprinting toward a future that keeps slipping further away. The culture around us pushes for speed and novelty, but I see the toll it takes, the burnout, the anxiety, the quiet desperation beneath the surface. We drown ourselves in distractions, endless scrolling, binge-watching, consumerism, trying to numb the ache of disconnection and meaninglessness. The harder we try to fill the void, the more it expands. Genuine human connection becomes rare, replaced by superficial interactions and algorithmic suggestions. We talk about community, but live in isolation. We talk about progress, but live in decay. There is a spiral here, a cycle that repeats in new forms, but never breaks free. Every solution breeds new problems. Every gain comes with a hidden cost. The harder we run, the more the ground shifts beneath us. We are trapped in a dance of hope and despair, building towers that cast shadows over the ruins we ignore. I wonder if those who came before would recognize this world, the people who fought for justice, who dreamed of peace, who believed in better. Would they see us as inheritors of a grand legacy or caretakers of a dying dream? I don't know if progress was ever real or just a myth we told ourselves to make the chaos bearable. Still, I keep going, not because I believe in the promise of progress, but because I am caught in its current. To stop would be to face the void, and that is a terror too great to bear. I watch the world spin faster every day, a fragile construct balanced on a knife's edge. I wonder how many others carry the same weight of disillusionment, how many feel the quiet despair beneath the noise. The illusion of progress is a cage, shaping how we think and live, what we hope for and what we fear. It demands faith, obedience, consumption, even when the faith feels misplaced and the cost too high may be. The real progress lies not in the future, but in breaking free from the illusion, in facing the hard truths we have long avoided, in choosing to care for the world and each other, even when it feels hopeless, in slowing down, looking around, and reclaiming what has been lost. The earth will not wait for us to catch up. The people will not wait for us to notice. The truth will not wait for us to admit it. I do not know where to go from here, but I know the path of denial leads only to deeper ruin. Maybe progress is not about building something new, but about surviving what we have broken, about learning how to live with the ruins instead of pretending they don't exist. I carry this burden every day, the weight of a world that promises so much and delivers so little. The illusion of progress is a story we tell to keep moving, but sometimes moving is just falling faster, and as the years pass, the shadows grow longer and the light grows dimmer. I don't know if hope is possible, but I know the truth is necessary. The first step is to stop pretending that progress is guaranteed, to stop believing that the future will fix what the present has shattered. We must face the brokenness, the decay, the loss, if there is any chance to build something real again.